I am terrified to make this video, but it's not quite for the reasons why you might think. Mainly because people suck, and with every passing day, that is only becoming more and more true. But with that being said, let's get into it. Let's do it. So here we have 39-year-old Jesse Krinski. All right, so this is about 4 years ago. She was sentenced to a very particular court case, all because she decided to kill the person that she was put in charge of being her caretaker, a 61-year-old Lynn Hernan. And let's just watch this video real quick.
Right, I have confirmed there are 3 signed and 3 unsigned verdicts. I will read as to each count. We, the jury, find the defendant, Jesse R. Krinski, guilty of first-degree intentional homicide as charged in count 1 of the information. Signed by the foreperson, juror number 24, and dated today's date.
All right, so I know there was only a quick glimpse of what was going on here, but what was brought to light with this situation, with this court case, is really the thing that's it's really kind of scaring me right now. So this lady was put in charge of a 61-year-old Lynn Hernan, my apologies. And in the process of doing so, became very close with her over very many years. The person she was decided to be a caretaker for decided to leave a trust fund in her name for roughly $290,000. That's a lot of scratch. Apparently, this was so much money, and she felt so inclined to have that money right away that she decided to unalive the person that she was put in charge to make sure that this person was taken care of and was kept alive, right? Now, this was not done in the traditional way. This was done using what was known as tetrahydrolazine. I believe that is pronounced correctly, and if I am wrong for any reason, I deeply apologize, but I am no pharmacist. I am no doctor by any means. I am a bartender. By no means am I an expert in this field. I am not the person to go to for advice in this matter. I am simply just bringing the light to as many people as I possibly can with this information due to my background and how important this matter is. Tetrahydrolazine is found as an active ingredient in Visine. Visine is an eye drop, and it is found roughly everywhere. I'm pretty sure almost every single person watching this video has at least one bottle of it in their house. However, this lovely bitch of a woman decided to kill the person using 5 to 6 bottles of Visine, which I don't even know how you even are able to find that many. I feel like there's only ever one on the shelf anyway. This all happened down in Wisconsin, and back in November, I believe it was November 14th of 2023 is when the verdict came through and when all shit hit the fan and actually brought to light a lot more things than you might even begin to imagine. Brings me to the point of this video. What you're about to watch here is Jay responding back to this video, and I'm going to try to get it bits and clips throughout the video of what she has to say, because I feel she has a lot of information of a lesson had been learned in a way that I feel as if no one had to bear through. And honestly, I just pray for anyone who has to deal with this. So just watch this real quick.
Find the defendant, Jesse R. Krinski.
I just have to apologize first. I currently have laryngitis, but I cannot wait to make a video on this right now, so I apologize for my voice in advance. This just shocked me to my core, seeing the headline, Eyedrop Killer. If you guys have not seen this, I do not know why I haven't seen this before, why this isn't more common knowledge or news right now, but this woman was just convicted of murdering her friend after dumping 6 bottles of Visine into a water bottle, which she then ingested, and it killed her. Tetrahydrolazine, I believe I'm saying that correctly, is the main ingredient in eye drops, specifically like Visine. And if ingested in high enough quantities, it will kill you. But the thing that I would like to shine some light on is that it also works as a roofie. The reason I know this is because about 6 years ago or so, I was at a bar with some of my friends. I was bought a drink by a friend of a friend. I immediately blacked out. I'd only had about 1 drink before that. I'd eaten food. I was feeling good. As soon as I had that 1 drink, I blacked out.
Now, she gets much more into detail of what goes on here, but the fact of the matter is this. What had happened initially in the first court case is a tragedy, all right? Jesse decided to, unalive the person she was was in charge of taking care of by using 5 to 6 bottles of Visine, which in small quantities can lead to a very upset stomach, and mild quantities can be used as a Rufalin or some other form of a date rape drug. I don't know how this is not more talked about at this point. And this is the thing that has been boiling my blood and has been on my mind now for since the first moment I watched this video. And it's truly sad how easy it is to get a hold of some of these drugs that can just ruin somebody's life. And especially with me being a bartender, I have seen firsthand bottles of Visine on the ground while I've been kicking people out, while I've seen people that can't stand up straight, that look like they're being taken advantage of, but they swear up and down that they're fine. I'm in an industry, and my job is to keep people safe, to make sure that they have fun. And that things like this occur, things like this happen. And I'm not able to do my job because there's just not enough information in the world to prepare me, or not enough time in the world to prepare me for situations like this. So long behold, I have found the National Library of Medicine, the National Center of Biotechnology Information. I think this is a pretty credible source. I use this for a majority of my information that I found while I was researching, as well as numerous other articles and pieces of information, and first-hand accounts, my apologies. And the more I look into this, the more scared and pissed off I get. Let's see if you guys feel the same way at all. So not only is there this vast amount of information, all basically talking about a bunch of stuff that most of us probably won't understand, but there is one little bit of information that I feel is pretty straightforward. So some reports have shown that tetrahydrolazine has been used to adulterate beverages in cases of sexual assault and suicidal attempts. Since products containing this compound are so accessible and can be used for harm, it is important that the range of toxic effects may be made clear to physicians for appropriate treatment. Okay, so I am by no means an expert in this field, but I feel as if you were to adulterate beverages in cases of sexual assault, I think that's a pretty goddamn important thing to talk about here. So we're going to get a little more into it. I've took a pretty handsome amount of notes here. I'm pretty happy with my work here. But before we get into this next part, I'd like to show the next clip of what Jay had said in her video as well.
I woke up in my bed projectile vomiting all over myself. Don't remember getting home. I apparently got in an Uber. I apparently made it into my house and took myself to bed. Woke up throwing up everywhere. Made it to the bathroom. Somehow managed to call my parents. I don't remember doing this at all. This has all been told to me after the fact. My dad was so concerned that he came to my apartment at the time and picked me up and took me to the hospital because he suspected that I had alcohol poisoning or I had been roofied. When I got to the hospital, I tried to recall what had happened that night. I said the last thing I remember was having this pickleback shot with my friend, and I don't remember anything beyond that. So they did a full tox panel on me to see if there was like Rufalin or some kind of, party drug in my system that could have caused the symptoms that I was experiencing, which was severe vomiting, nausea, vertigo, imbalance, I couldn't stand up, memory loss. I felt absolutely horrible. I remember then the emergency room doctor coming in and saying, hey, this is really uncommon, but I do want to make you aware of this, but you were not roofied, you were roofied.
So she wasn't roofied, she was roofied. Without getting too upset in this matter. This is a real thing. And the more I look into this, the more cases I have found where this has had not only occurred numerous times in the past, but it's becoming more and more apparent now. I don't know who has been talking or encouraging this behavior. I feel as if they need to be stopped in every way, shape, or form. And I feel as if the best way of doing so is to inform the public, inform as many people as possible of how real this thing is. Now, let's get a little bit more into the science of this, because it's the only part that really makes sense to me. So not only can this drug be used to unalive somebody, to cause indigestion, to essentially drug somebody into bending them to your will. This drug, this compound found in is only to appear to be in Visine and some maybe few off-brand products that I'm not able to find right away. But this active ingredient is non-detectable based on the average test that you would go to, like for a date rape kind of thing, or if you were to go to get your blood work done at the hospital, they won't look for it unless they know to look for it. And that's scary to me. So it is only detected in the serum and the urine after administration days later. So if she had gone to the hospital that night, the doctors would have had no idea that she was drugged with Visine. let alone any kind of, you know, side effects or symptoms that are still to come, because it's not just being susceptible to influence for sexual assault. It's, you know, nausea, indigestion, vertigo. Like, there is a long, long list of side effects, and you just simply don't know it. And it's stupid how how no one's even talking about this, because it works as temporarily narrowing the blood vessels. I'm not really sure what that necessarily means, but apparently it's pretty damn bad. Tetrahydrolazine is actually only used for external use. What does that mean? It means it's only designed to be used on your eyes. However, when ingested orally, it specifically impairs the memory, judgment, and produces a period of unconsciousness. What the fuck does that mean? It means that somebody's fucked, literally and figuratively. And this world is just becoming more and more of an unsafe place, I swear. But if I've learned anything from this whatsoever, from everything I've looked up beforehand, it's this: is that the more informed you are, the more informed we are as a society, we're going out, we're, you know, being around the people we trust, the safer we can be. So if you've learned anything at all from this video, if you wanted me to go more in depth with some other stuff, or if you have any kind of situations or, you know, stories of your own, feel free to let me know in the comments. Hit me up about it. I'd love to hear about it. I really would. I'm trying to build this platform to be as safe for people as possible. That way they're as informed to do not only to do the right thing, but to be happy and safe. And that's all I really want. So with that being said, guys, have a great day all.